Howdy, y'all. This is Thomas here, uh, doing some, sentiment research for the uranium sector, and it's actually it's got a lot of positivity built into it. Checking out this article here, um, referring to energy fuels, the ticker UUUU. Um, and so here's the claim. It says it's an unjustified sell-off, and the reasoning behind it is fundamentals are solid. So there's a nice little tail of the tape over here. You got the article, about this article. It's covered. Price of publication, just under $6. Okay, over here, pretty good market cap size, and so you got some ratings over here. It's got 2 buys out of the 3. Some people believe it's a sell. Okay, here's a little bit of comparison. Pretty small industry, right? Just to think that it's had so many companies in the past, in the past bull run. So just starting out with so many, just so few companies to begin the so-called super cycle in commodities, and specifically in the uranium sector. This is this is a lot of few amount of horses in the race. Okay, so you got your so here's a quick little summary. You got your Energy Fuels has seen its share price plunge 40% in the past month. And so this is his argument here. He's going to say that it's unjustified. Now let's go through the article and see if we can gain some insight, and if we're in agreement or disagreements, and if we have some strong opinions, then put them in the comment section down below to see what the sentiment is across the board. Energy Fuels has no debt on its balance sheet, which is good. That's great for interest rate, as before interest rates rise. You don't want to be going to the market to get some, to sell bonds at this moment right now. And approximately 150 million in cash. Roughly 13% of its market cap is in cash. They got a lot of dry powder. What does that say? That they're ready to make some moves. That they stacked up their cash, just in case any opportunities, they should be able to move on that. So that's always good. You always want to have some free cash flow. Things happen in real life, and so it's nice to have some backup. 13%, that's a good amount. Recent news flow about the demand of nuclear power has materially lessened in the past month, which has caused a lot of profit taking amongst investors. Definitely, I think there is a lot of profit taking, and I don't, I'm not gonna, harp on them and chase them down and call them paper hands and this and that. If it, because there's other things and factors. There's when you're if you're allocating 5% of your portfolio and it ends up to being 15%, then you're just that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to rebalance your portfolio. So not all profit taking is done in a negative or spiteful manner and things of that nature. So just FYI, it's a good thing to grow past that type of short-sightedness. Recent news flow about the demand of nuclear power. Okay, yeah, we checked that one off. That was okay, yeah. And what about that, right? So like, how much of and this is something that the nuclear investors, I think, because we got into this, or if you're early in this, you're a contrarian. Um, so, yeah, you got a lot of headline news and that pumped the price, but that's not why we were here to begin with. We were here because the fundamentals were there, not like we needed the mainstream media to find out about it. So just understand that if the fundamentals haven't changed, just the coverage, the media coverage of it, well, that's that makes sense. Everything has its day in the sun. There's a lot of other factors, other news articles, more pressing matters and things of that nature. So it's natural for them to keep moving the news cycle forward. Despite those worries, you'll see Energy Fuels is clearly moving in the right direction. I believe that's probably across the board. As always, happy to discuss my thesis further in the comment section. Yeah, definitely. So hit the comment section. Let him know that that y'all got the art. You saw the article here. Don't forget to leave. Get your radioactive stuff here. Don't forget to like and subscribe here, and yeah, hit that comment section as well. Investment thesis. Okay, so you got Energy Fuels, ticker UUUU. Has seen the share prices plummet about 40% in the past few weeks since I made a bullish call on the name. That's just because the price, like I said, just because the price has gone down doesn't necessarily mean that you were wrong in your assumption. Could mean that you're having a better opportunity to purchase. So it's always nice. That's why it's nice to have that allocation to dry powder so that you can make the moves. Just like I was just talking about, that I approved of their company doing that. I approve of myself doing that in my own portfolio as well. The main driver of the sell-off certainly is the energy markets. Investors fearful that economies grow at a slower pace than previously expected, and this will have an impact on energy requirements. There is some truth behind those two things being linked, but the energy need of just the population and just day to day is huge, and so as uranium continues to take market share for that, I think that should be sufficient enough. It doesn't need a booming economy. I think the energy demand is already there, with an excess of uranium consumption. There's a supply deficit in the market year over year. Hence, this would reduce the need of fledgling energy sources such as uranium. I don't know about that one. For now, too many investors are pricing back to the date that Russia invaded Ukraine as an anchor. However, readers should keep in mind that the dynamics that got us here were already in place and we were already bubbling before the invasion took place. The invasion simply put the spotlight on this area. Yes, that is true. That is a very solid point. Like I said, fundamentals haven't changed. We were already here before that. It didn't need it was a whole bunch of dry tinder. That was just happened to be a spark. It was already it was already ready. That was just a massive catalyst. Why energy fuels? Why is now a good time? Oh, that's a good question. Energy fuels engages in extraction, exploration, and the sale of uranium in the U.S. And as noted, since my bullish call on energy fuels, share price has sold off. The reason, they didn't mention the rare earth element that comes along with energy fuels. So yeah, that's definitely something as well, and definitely going to play a big part of this company's future. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out, and as supply chains continue to seize up, and then you got your lack of exporting coming out of China at the moment. That's definitely going to have a impact in the rare earth element. Okay, in first instance, there was some bumpiness in the uranium prices as of late. Now, to be clear, as I mentioned in my previous article, while Energy Fuels has a big focus on uranium, that's not its only focus. The article explains in detail the background of Energy Fuels and the uranium macro environment. In this previous article, I stated in 2021, Energy Fuels ramped up its commercial production of rare earth element. Yeah, so they are, if you listen to any of the interviews and stuff with the CEOs with the CEO of Energy Fuels, he does definitely mention the rare earth element heavily in there, because he knows that there's tremendous upside in the vanadium market. So yeah, that's like I said, that's really good. If you're watching, then definitely hit the like and subscribe if you made it this far already. Subsequent to the previous article being published, Energy Fuels has highlighted it has made 3 commercial shipments of 3 critical mineral products, with Energy Fuels stating that it perhaps the biggest accomplished feat for any energy facility, the ability to commercially ship out uranium, vanadium, and advanced rare earth elements. Okay, so here's a little chart. You got a Sprott holding up the best. UEC and Energy Fuels definitely got that rockiness going down. But that's across the board, so it can't be, it's hard to say any one sector. Um, even even the even just the commodities themselves have felt the extreme sell-off pressure. Sometimes extreme sell-off pressure from other sectors bleeds over, because it's like forced liquidation. So doesn't mean that they lost their conviction. It means that they got to cover their margin on the other end. However, when you consider the context, it's not exactly like Energy Fuels has been an isolated poor performer. Okay, yes, what's happening here is the market is very much in a state of risk off, and there was a bounce in riskier assets in the past Friday. The trend the past month has been undeniable. Yes, I agree. So yeah, I think you're gonna see that a whole bunch of a lot of people, uh, jumping off, just trying to de-risk everything, and as if the as the dollar um kind of outperforms the equities themselves, um, it's gonna that's it makes sense why people want to take profit, and if they're up and then wait for the dip on the end. So there's definitely going to be a lot of individuals looking to time the market. It's obviously, people always say don't time the market, but that's more of a principle, not just a rule. So there's some people going to try it. And it's theirs to do it with. Energy Fuels is not a quick return investment. It's a business that is very much at the whims of higher uranium prices to drive shareholder value. Energy Fuels does not carry any debt, so it's plenty of staying power. Yes, I believe that. And Energy Fuels is now priced at 1 billion market cap. So there you go. That's pretty valid. They got the uranium, like I said, they got the rare earth element aspects of it as well. So I I'm definitely a believer in the uranium sector. Um, so I'm in agreement with a lot of that I read in here. I think he is also understanding the you know the fundamentals of the uranium sector are still solid. So with that being said, I'm gonna just get out of here. Enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Have a great time.